can try to contest what you be needing in army. Beat them in Normandy. Rap Circle is finally here. I know everybody been waiting for it, right? And I'm not playing no games. Yeah. Circle of rap back and I'm going and leaving tracks in morning. And I don't give a crap whether you streaming, you torrent this. You can try to contest what you be needing in army. Beat them in Normandy. Current rappers eat to the warning. Stone cold like a Steve Austin. He jacking, I'm putting rappers in these coffins. He's acting like he got it, but he's lost it. Keep attacking these slackers that want to feed off me. He's softy. This one for everybody. Supporters to haters just to show that I'm greater. I mean steak and potatoes on the way to Decatur. Maybe that's just a little made up, but you got a little ways up before you can even make up all the ground. And the distance between us, I'm lapping around, and that's the reason you seen us. And you can talk down, but that don't really mean much. Cause you are a clown, let my enemies team up. It still won't be a fair fight, cause I'm very nice. I practice that every night to get on this herd mic. You know I'm alert, right? You know that it ain't nothing to serve, right? And I be killing tracks to the earth like my birthright. I'm solid like sound money, and you fools sound funny. Now one of you clowns want me to pound your face in the dirt, so stop irking me when I'm round. No, it's going down, I'm going to town, holding the crown. I'm saying that I'm so amazing. If I'm Ruben, then you Clay Aiken, but second place gets nothing. So get up out this godforsaken booth. The truth is you sadly mistaken. Proof I'm better than layman shoot. I'm Super Saiyan blue. This rap game, what you can't pursue. I'm a blatant root canal like an aching tooth. So now, cause the rap circle is here now. Underestimated my following, gave our dollars to the pre-order column. So what the problem is, say you was dropping it, and then turn around, did the opposite. Line in your pockets, you got a lot of nerve to be opting this. I guess I bit off more than I can chew. Let's not excuse my tardiness, I like to apologize to my audience. Not like I've been partying, promise not being fraudulent. I've been in homestead like a privatizing Rothbardian. Part of a parliament, that's a problem. I plan on abolishing, cause a raucous, I'll best the friggin' product you all are in. And all that talking, I ain't buying what you offering. You about as intimidating and soft as what your daughter is. You been a faking, yet you still hating. You can't knock me cause I've been through Olympic trials of tribulations. Been on this grind and walked many miles to get this cake, and now I'm going ape like I'm a Saiyan. Quit playing with me, cause I'm a lot to deal with. I don't acknowledge you because you too retarded to understand my skill set. So when I kick this knowledge, it's gonna fly over your heel head. So polish up your mind real fast so I don't feel bad. I went from being broke to being hopeful. From standing on the poster, going postal. I'm supposed to be on the poster. Competition's toast because I'm vocal. I'm bar for you like I'm Oprah. You should probably get off the sofa or the soapbox. Going at me, I hope not. You attacking with no plot cause you act like a robot. You move when you told to move. You a puppet with a master. I'm the antithesis, that's why I'm opposed to you. I'm the whack rapper, back snapper. Used to be a gat capper, now I'm spitting raps from the Adam's apple. Better back paddle before you get the best at them. That battle's not one you won't back that up. Average guys asking me how I smash these beats. If I told you, I'd have to fold you, that's classified. Don't like to brag, but I had to boast, it's a fad of mine. So please don't be sad when the opinions pad with that in mind. I think it's asinine that people whine like a buster because they life don't measure up to another sucker. What type of life might tell Tucker I don't support you? Tactics the way that you battle and they gon' cut the mustard. You seem like you a teen wife, not prepared for this mean life, not even aware you just see a green light. I think you mean right, but you look at me like an alien in the night. If I'm the A, then you the Z type. The proto, it's me, bro. You can try to dress it up when I'm in street clothes, I still peak, so probably one of the few lies I ever told. That's because I don't peak, I just grow.
What up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Cannon Hotep back at it again. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I know a lot of us is getting prepared for, tomorrow, the work week. I've been off work for a week fighting that remix. Whooped my ass for about 24 hours and then I started to get over it. So, but par for the course. Anyway, I'm happy you could join me. If you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. Let people know we live. Likes are free, people. The share is free. Subscribing is free. Just help a brother out. For some reason, the algorithm favors sharing and liking. So I'd appreciate it. If you're here and you're new, or if you're catching the replay, leave a comment, hit that like button. Let me know how I'm doing. I appreciate the constructive criticism, as long as it's constructive, not destructive. I appreciate that. Let's see who we got in the chat. We got my man Ahmad Wilson. What's going on, Ahmad? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Who else we got in here? We got Handy Bob. What's going on, Handy Bob? Another one. Let's see you. Welcome. We got Bruce G in the building. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and hanging out with a brother. Hopefully more people will come in as YouTube slow rolls the notification. You know how they do. You know what I mean? They like to make me sweat. Man. Let me see. Let's do this one. See something. Give me a second, people. It was a wonderful weekend, though. I can't even blame that. What's up, Art Dog? Hotep. Appreciate you, bro. I plan on getting on the grill a little later on today. I know a lot of y'all probably don't like organ meats, but I'm gonna attempt to prepare this beef heart. You know what I mean? I'm gonna attempt to prepare this beef heart. We'll see how that goes. You know what I mean? Supposed to be pretty good. It's supposed to taste just like beef or steak or whatever they say. This was what I'm hearing. You know what I mean? Let's see. I think this is it right here. Is this right? Yep, this is it. All right, cool. So all I'm doing today is just going over the articles with you guys. We just perusing the headlines today. See what they got going on. Ain't got much going on. If you would like, you want to leave a tip in the tip jar, feel free. Feel free to leave me a super chat. I appreciate it. Or don't. It's not a problem. However, I do foot all of my bill. I'm not funded by no means. Everything comes out of the pocket of Cannon Hotep. So anyway, let's get into this, man. Let's see. So we're going to start on Twitter today. So let's see what we got up first. Let's see if we can't. Let's see. There we go. Just make sure y'all can read the headlines. All right, so what we got up first? We got Washington Post issues 2 corrections to Taylor Loren's article. Let's see what this is going on here. First, we got Dave Portnoy saying, I love how it's always somebody else's fault every time Taylor Lorenz gets caught lying or making up sources. And how about the quote from WAPO? They don't comment on their own lies. They only publish them. Must be nice. All right, let's get into it. Let's see. What's going on? Why is this taking so long? What's the deal? Okay. Oh, let's just read the article. I guess that's what I gotta do. All right, here we go. From the Washington Post. From the New York Post. The Washington Post issues 2 corrections to Taylor Loren's article that had already been stealth edited stealth edited. A lot of her shit been getting stealth edited, hasn't it? You know what I mean? So let's see what they talking about. See, if y'all know who Taylor Lorenz is, she's the chick who was she got caught. Who was it? God damn, I can't even think of it now. Anyway, she posted an article where she was essentially doxing people. And then when she got caught doxing people, then she tried to cry and lie and say that her life was in danger and all this other shit. So let's see what the fuck else she's doing. The Washington Post has issued 2 lengthy corrections to an article by its notorious internet culture reporter Taylor Lorenz. The piece, which had already been secretly edited after it was published Thursday, detailed how content creators made out big in sensational Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation lawsuit that ended last week. 2 YouTubers, Legal Bites, who I've actually watched Legal Bites. I think I've seen him on Legal Mindsets channel or in a Ricada stream. Let me see. Host a light, I can't pronounce that. Excuse me. An anonymous user, That Umbrella Guy, were singled out in the article. Lorenz, citing Business Insider, right? Claim Mazika, I guess that's how you say the last name, earned $5,000 in 1 week by pivoting the content on her YouTube channel to nonstop trial coverage and analysis. That Umbrella Guy earned up to $80,000. Damn. Last month, I should have been covering the fucking Amber Heard up. God damn. That was a hell of a grift then. Shit. According to an estimate by social analytics firm Social Blade, Lorenz wrote, adding that neither YouTuber responded to requests for comment. Now, what's the fucking big deal? Okay, everybody was grifting off of this fucking Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit, right? You know, you had Nate the Lawyer, you had Legal Mindset, my man, salute the Legal Mindset. You know, you had Legal Bites, That Umbrella Guy. You had so many people who was grifting off of that train. You know what I mean? What's the fuck's the problem? So what? So what? You know what I mean? I'm sure the Washington Post had fucking articles about it or whatever. So what's the problem? Is the problem that they made some money off of it and you're mad? Shit's crazy. Let's see. Mazika and That Umbrella Guy claimed Lorenz never reached out to them prior to the publication of her story, Fox News reported. Lorenz also made a second error, wrongfully attributing a statement to Depp's representative Adam Waldman. Although a note at the bottom of the article acknowledged her story was updated to clarify comments made during Waldman's testimony, the claim that Lorenz had reached out to the YouTubers for comment was deleted without any acknowledgement. After Fox News published its story about the stealth edit, the Washington Post issued a correction at the bottom of Lorenz's post. A previous version of this story inaccurately attributed to Adam Waldman a quote describing how he contacted some internet influence that, quote, has been removed, the Post wrote. The story has also been amended to note the Post attempts to reach I don't know. Elite, I don't know. Mazika and That Umbrella Guy for comment. Previous versions omitted or inaccuracy describe these attempts. All right, whatever. So this is what it sounds like to me. In this one, it sounds like she's trying to say that Adam Waldman, because it sounds like she's on the side of Amber Heard, I guess. Adam Waldman reached out to some YouTubers to push publicity and swing the narrative in the way of, I guess, Johnny Depp. That's what it kind of sounds like she's saying. And these guys in return got, you know, compensation is what it sounds like she's trying to allude to. Which, no, if you run a 24-hour coverage and you getting like, I don't know, 10,000 people in your stream a day or 1,000 people in your stream a day for however long this fucking trial had went on, yeah, depending on how popular you are. But it sounds like she's just being a hater. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like she's just being a hater, and she's mad that she didn't she ain't make the money they made. She just watching their pockets. It's none of her business. I mean, this is crazy. She should have been lost her job. She should have been lost her job. And I don't understand the reason why she's still around. I really don't understand the reason why she's still here. You know what I mean? She's already caused other issues. What was the other issues that she had caused? This shit is bugging me now. Now I really want to know what the fuck it was. Let me see. Let me see. I'm still looking over now. I'm curious. I can't remember what it was. She was talking about she had PTSD and some more shit. Shucks. Let me see. I can't remember what it was. Fuck it. I don't remember. But all I know is she got in trouble for doxing some people. And then she tried to act like her life was in danger and all this other bullshit. You know what I mean? I think she was going like door to door to people's houses. I think that's what it was. She was going door to door to people's houses, harassing them, right? And then when they didn't want to talk, she was doxing them. Is what was happening. You know what I mean? Shit ridiculous. Anyway, we got Jabari Judah in the building. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? We got Shooter at 305 in the building as well. What's up, Shooter? What's up? What's up? Hold on, let me see what the hell going on with my let's refresh that. There we go. There we go. We got Shooter 305 in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I said, if you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon. Please share the stream out. The algorithm is favoring shares now. So share the stream. Please. Let them know we live. All right, let's get back into it, people. From Fox News, amid gun control debate, American minorities discuss uptick in firearm purchases. People are waking up. That's what they're talking about. It's from Fox News. Firearm purchases by minority groups in America have soared over the past few years, and the debate surrounding gun control followed a deadly school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, late last month, as seemingly renewed their support for the Second Amendment. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Retailer surveys released by National Shooting Sports Foundation found that between 2019 and 2020, there was a 58% increase in African Americans buying firearms, a 49% increase in Hispanics, of Hispanic Americans buying firearms, and a 43% in Asian Americans buying firearms. Now, we all know that this can be attributed to the remix, the shutdowns. A lot of people back then, because we had all those supply chain shortages and stuff like that, a lot of people was going out here strapping up, rightfully so. You know, go for it. You know, I know at one point me and my buddy was gonna go get some ammo from one of our favorite gun stores, and the fucking line was out the door. Out the door. Mostly it was Asians, to be honest with you. Out the door. You know, another gun range that I like to go to here by me. A lot of black people was in there shooting and purchasing firearms around that time as well. A lot of people were afraid what was coming down the pipe. They wanted to protect their chicken. They wanted to protect their chicken. In January, the NSFF stated the numbers among the first-time firearm buyers and minority groups remain largely unchanged, and that 18% of retailers witnessed an increase in Native American purchasing firearms in 2021, while 14% of retailers saw an increase in Native Hawaiian Pacific Islanders purchasing firearms in 2021. Speaking of Fox News Digital, outside of the 2022 National Rifle Association convention in Houston, Santee and Kell, both members of the NRA who reside in Houston and only wanted to share their first names, said they attended the event to see the new firearms and how, and to show support for the NRA for the whole 2A community. See, a lot of people think that like the NRA is some fucking KKK meeting and everybody got their hoods on and shit with their fucking AR-15s and they're talking like, we're not going to take it. You know, they have their speeches and stuff like that, but it's SHOT Show. It's basically NRA SHOT Show. You know what I mean? For the most part, they go there, they get to see all the new shit, you know what I mean? And what's going on and stuff like that. And then they get to hear news and see politicians and people speak like that, you know? That's all it is. That's it. That's it. You know? It's nothing crazy, nothing diabolical. They're not in there praising Moloch or anything like that. You know what I mean? You know? Handy Bob says rooftop Koreans don't play around. That's right, Handy Bob. Rooftop Koreans do not play around, sir. They keep fucking around, they're gonna see the rooftop Koreans return. I mean, they already returned during that summer of love. You know? Let me see. So I guess that's the picture of those two down the bottom. That's what's up. Kel said he believes minority groups in America are becoming more aware of situations. And like Shantae, I said Santee, I called her Santee. Like Shantae said, you cannot always wait for authorities to arrive if you're threatened. That is true. That is true. When seconds count, cops are minutes away. You got to protect yourself, he said. Make sure you protect your home. Not every time you can wait for the cops to come to your house. You might even be the victim. But if you protect yourself, you live another day. That's how we see it. You know what? Salute to Kel and Shantae. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you're supposed to do. You protect your family. You don't depend on the authorities. You don't depend on the state to protect you. You depend on you to protect you, people. You depend on you to protect you. We got 15 in the building, everybody. Please hit that like button. Please share the stream. If you're new, hit that like button, please. I appreciate it. But yeah, you can't depend on the police to defend you. You can't depend on anybody but yourself. Okay? You know, even though I have all those nice firearms over there on my wall, you know. Let's see. Even though I got all these nice firearms behind me, you know, I always keep something with me. So, you know, got my nice little Hellcat right by my side right now. It's a nice little firearm. It's a nice 9mm, right? Right? Let's do the trigger test. Trigger test. Take up. Hear that? It's a nice little firearm. This is what I carry in the summertime with my 43X sometimes. So my 43X is for work. And this is for like the weekend, you know? Nice little double stack. Nice little double stack. You know? Look at that. Fit right in the palm of my hand. Easy to conceal in the summertime. And when I'm around the house, this is what stays with me. A little Hellcat. Stay strapped, people. Stay strapped. You never know when you'll need it. We got wasted talent in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? My brother Jonesy. If you guys aren't, go subscribe to Wasted Talent, Raider Nation Unlimited. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. You know, give him some shit about being a Raiders fan too while y'all out there. Give him some shit about that. Oh, this is interesting. What the fuck is this? Drag Race star Sharon Needles terrorized a 15-year-old super fan, and they weren't alone. History of violence. Okay, let's see what the fuck they talking about here. For Antsy, a young queer person growing up in the South, RuPaul's Drag Race was a lifeline. In the 8th grade, season 4 winner Aaron Cody, who performs under the stage name Sharon Needles, was everything to them. Okay, so I'm not even going to read this. So what it sounds like is that he got to meet his oh, what's up, Svenstead? Welcome back, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on? So, all right. So apparently, Sharon Needles, I guess that's who that is right there. I guess this kid got to meet his fucking his I don't know. He got to meet his hero or whatever, and it didn't turn out well for them. You know what I mean? Now I'm trying to see what the fuck happened. Oh wow. Okay, so it looks like whoever this is, Ansi, was on some cruise, and it looks like the fuck. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go back over here to the show. This is interesting. All right. So Sharon was vehemently denied the allegations against her. What was the fucking allegations? When Ansi and Cody did meet in November 2013, Ansi alleged that the abuse quickly escalated. Holy shit. Okay. All right. So sound like the hero was abusing him, and another drag race winner exposed himself to that kid. This is some crazy shit. But what you expect, you know? What you expect? I ain't gonna get into that story. Got my man Jay Pollen with the first super chat of the day. Yeah, agenda must agenda. Salute Cannon. What's up, Jay? What's up? I don't know, Jabari. I guess it was. I don't know. It's just that's a weird fucking story. So it sounds like the kid met his favorite drag star, and the drag star started abusing him. And then another drag star started to fucking abuse him. I mean, shit's crazy. I appreciate you, Jabari. Oh, what happened? There we go. Yeah, I'm monetized now. I appreciate it. But yeah, so look, kid people. First off, I don't give like where the fuck was his parents? You know, why was he on a cruise with these people? Why was he allowed to hang out with these people? You know? I mean, at least he told somebody, but the thing is, it kept on happening. Apparently they were still FaceTiming each other and all this other shit, and the fucking drag star was threatening the kid and some more shit. Like, but they want to teach your kid this shit in school. They want to, like, for example, here in Baltimore County or Howard County here in Maryland, right? They had Pride Week here in the Baltimore County in Howard County Public Schools here in Maryland. They had Pride Week. They had men dressed up in drag and transgender people dancing for the kids and doing all this shit for the kids throughout the week. And it wasn't just here in Maryland and Howard County. It was across the state. I mean, across the state, across the country. This is what they're trying to do, indoctrinate your kids. They're trying to indoctrinate your kids because they can't get us on board. It's just another form of child abuse. It's another form of child abuse, period, full stop. There's no in between. There's no nuance. It's just child abuse. You know. Let's see what we got here. Ahmad says, who we got in the building? We got Heather. What's going on, Heather Karam? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome. We got Ahmad saying, remove guns and watch how fast people turn into robots. Yeah. In March to their deathbed. Heather Karan says, that's so effed up. Yeah, man. It is. Jay Pollen says, I got the Celtics game correct and the the Cambosos right in Gematria. Oh shit, he talking to Jabari. But hey, apparently Jay ain't been wrong on any of these picks he be picking in these sports games, you know. So that's interesting. Anyway, let's see what else is in the news. All right, let's see what else we got here. What's this? Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden admitted business relationship with effing spy chief of China for an explosive audio recording. There needs to be a special counsel investigation into the big guy now. It's interesting. Let's see what the fuck they talking about. This is from Becker News. I never heard of Becker News, but let's read it. President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, has been under immense scrutiny since 2020 election campaign for his cashing in on his father's name in multiple international deals. He has been under federal investigation since at least the Obama administration and has been the subject of a widening tax probe since 2018. But newly uncovered recording may blow all of that out of the water. It is an authenticated recording of Hunter Biden acknowledging that one of his business partners was the effing, I guess this is quoting him, was the effing spy chief of China. Jesus Christ. It thus heightens already serious concern over the Biden family member as a national security threat. But an explosive recording may... it's the same thing. How do you do that? Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's read it anyway. But an explosive recording may blow all that out of water. It's an authenticated recording. Blah, 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 blah. Right. The recording from Hunter Biden's laptop was examined and authenticated by experts cited by the Washington Examiner. Okay, it was originally reported in October 2020 at the National Pulse. I would love to listen, but where is it? Is this it right here? Let's see what this says. Let's listen. Let's listen to this real quick, Pete. Let's go to it.
I get calls from my father to tell me that the New York Times is calling, but my old partner Eric, who literally has done me harm for I don't know how long, is the one taking the calls because my father will not stop sending the calls to Eric. I have another New York Times reporter calling about my representation of literally, Dr. Patrick Ho, the fucking spy chief of China.
Let's rewind that.
Literally, Dr. Patrick Ho, the fucking spy chief of China. About my representation of literally, Dr. Patrick Ho, the fucking spy chief of China.
Dr. Patrick Ho,
who started the company that my partner, who was worth $323 billion, founded and is now missing. The richest man in the world is missing, who was my partner. He was missing since I last saw him in his $58 million apartment and signed a $4 billion deal to build the fucking largest fucking LNG port in the world. And I am receiving calls from the Southern District of New York, from the U.S. Attorney himself. My best friend in business, Devin, has named me as a witness without telling me in a criminal case, and my father without telling me.
Huh. That's interesting. Let's run that back.
I get calls from my father to tell me that the New York Times is calling, but my old partner Eric, who literally has done me harm for I don't know how long, is the one taking the calls because my father will not stop sending the calls to Eric. I have another New York Times reporter calling about my representation of literally, Dr. Patrick Ho, the fucking spy chief of China.
So my question is who the fuck is he talking to in this recording? Because he seemed like he distraught, he disheveled, he pissed. Who he talking to in this video? That's what we need to know. That's what we need to know. And it ain't Project Veritas, I can tell you that probably. You know, it's not only that he has this incriminating audio, right? Well, he's just straight up just spilling the beans. I want to know who he's spilling the beans to. Because what else did he tell them? That's what I want to know. But let's keep it moving.
Who started the company that my partner, who was worth $323 billion, founded and is now missing. The richest man in the world is missing, who was my partner. He was missing since I last saw him in his $58 million apartment and signed a $4 billion deal to build the fucking largest fucking LNG port in the world. And I am receiving calls from the Southern District of New York, from the U.S. Attorney himself. My best friend in business, Devin, has named me as a witness without telling me in a criminal case, and my father without telling me.
Damn. They try hard to they were trying hard to fucking shut that laptop up. They didn't want Donnie T back in office, man. Now all of a sudden Donnie T out of office and Nickel Slick ain't what they want him to be. So it looked like they about to take them down. Like they about to take them down, guys. Be prepared after these midterms. Be prepared after these midterms. Just a prediction from me. I don't know. I could be wrong, but be prepared after these midterms to see Joe Biden possibly impeached over this. Or he leaves office. Maybe not impeached, but he leaves office. Be prepared for that, people. Be prepared. Hunter Biden, even more disturbingly, went so far as to agree to Patrick Ho's attorney according to an engagement letter. On his laptop, Ho agreed to pay a $1 million retainer with Hunter Biden for counsel to matters related to U.S. law and advice pertaining to the hiring and legal analysis of a U.S. law firm or lawyer. Okay, check this shit out. That is the engagement letter. That's fucking crazy. So, you know, let's do this so y'all can read it, because I'm not going to. Oh, wrong shit. There we go. So y'all can read that yourselves. You should be able to see it. Ho was sentenced to 3 years in prison on March 2019 for violating the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. The Examiner notes he was deported to Hong Kong in June of 2021 after serving his sentence. The first call that Ho made after his arrest in 2017 was to President Joe Biden's brother James, who has said he thought the call was meant for Hunter, the reports added. Man, so the whole family in on this shit. That's fucking crazy. So check it, right? And I stand by this. First off, let's get this out the way. Svenstead, I appreciate you, big brother. Salute to you. Jimmy Doss with the $9.99 super chat. I appreciate you. Salute Cannon Hotep. I brought a AGM40 white phosphor dual tube system night vision setup yesterday. Damn. Hotep and build strength in body, mind, and tech. Get strapped and fit. Set up your packs. Facts. I hear that shit. I need to know how much that cost you, goddammit. I need me something like that. Jay Paulon said, Hunter Biden just good people's wait while the media letting us know they crooked. Amal Wilson says, why was he recording everything? All right, I get it. He's a crackhead, right? He's doing some shady business deals, but I'm not going to say he's stupid. I ain't going to say he's stupid. You know, he probably had that shit as insurance. And somehow he had a crack bender and he fucking let it go. While I was recording everything, it's strange in itself. He was spying for another country. That is true. He could, yeah. I don't know if he was spying for another country. I think that he was doing the bidding of his father, and I'll get to that in a second. They shut down the Post for months. We need to know who carried the power to do that garbage. That's true. That's true. Jabari Judah, President Cam Yala. No. Yeah, she is. Yeah. Handy Bob says they're not going to impeach him. 3/4 of the elected officials in Washington are probably in on the deal. That's true. That is true. You do got a point there, Handy Bob. The blackmail is real. The elite record each other to blackmail each other. That's facts. That's facts. Say what, Jabari? She can be you gotta explain that to me, big brother. That's crazy. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just saying I need to know how. I'm sure you got the math behind that. I mean, Swalwell was sleeping with the Chinese spy. He's still there. That's true. Also, what's her name? Feinstein. Her driver was a fucking spy. Remember? Her driver was a Chinese spy. For like 10 years or some shit like that. Remember all that? That shit came out around the same time. When Fang Fang came out, apparently that came out too. You know what I mean? That shit crazy. 3,500 plus. Reminds me of the Good Shepherd. They were recording everything. Hey, art imitates life. Art imitates life. You know what I mean? I got you. So she take over for the last 2 years, and then she can run for president officially, and then she can do another 8 potentially. Got you. Mitch McConnell's wife and family are shills for the Chinese. I bet. Cocaine Mitch. So check it. All Hunter Biden is a shell company for his father. That's it. Period. Full stop. It was supposed to be his brother Beau Biden was supposed to be the one that they were going to use to do this shit. And I'm sure they were just going to coddle little Hunter Biden along, give him a couple dollars here and there just to, make sure he survived. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, Beau Biden died, and he was left with his son Hunter. Hunter was who he had to funnel and launder his money through. So he didn't necessarily have any type of touching on it. It was going to his son for his son to hold these bullshit titles at these companies or whatever the fuck he was doing. That way his son got paid for it under whatever company his son had. And then his son could push him that 10% to the big guy. Get what I'm saying? Hunter Biden's a shell company, essentially, to Joe Biden. And it's also a way for him to have plausible deniability. But see, I don't think Hunter is as dumb as everybody think he is. He's a crackhead, yes. Do he do crackhead things? Yes. However, I don't think he's dumb. I don't think he's stupid. So he went ahead and recorded everything as, an insurance policy just in case he Woo. More power to you, Jimmy. God damn. More power to you. Handy Bob was right on the money. But yeah, so I had to look into that. That's interesting to me. That's actually pretty interesting. Anyway, so yeah, that's all he is. He's just a way to funnel and launder his money. That's all Hunter Biden is. Hunter Biden is covering his ass by recording all of that shit. Now we don't know. We don't even know if this guy at this we don't even know if this guy at this computer repair shop is in on it with Hunter Biden. We don't know. Maybe he was Hunter Biden's dead man switch. Hey, certain things happen. You release this. So I call you. You get this to somebody. Get it? Maybe. You know what I mean? Just saying. Just saying. Jabario Judah says, if she comes in now, yes, plus 2022, 2024, 2028, yes, 10 years. You're right. I got you on that one, bro. What up, Clado Mar? The brother been doing it too for decades. That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. The brother was the original, the OG, and then he passed and he had to use Hunter. I'm telling you. Who forces their kid into a life of crime? That's why Hunter is all effed up. Yeah. And Joe pretends he's a saint. That's true. That's true. That's all it is. He's a shell company. Krill's madness. Hunter Biden's Kaiser Sose. I'm just saying, yo. I'm telling you. What if that guy at the what if they be doing some shit together or something? I don't know. What if that guy at the computer store was just following orders from old Hunter Biden? Hey, when I tell you, when the time is right, you put this in the hands of whoever. I think Hunter Biden secretly resents his dad. I mean, you can hear it in some of this shit. He secretly resents his dad, but he he's stuck now. You know, not saying that he a good guy, because I doubt it. But I'm sure he don't like being used by his dad or his father treating him like a pariah or whatever. You know what I mean? It's interesting. It's interesting. Make of it what you will. Let's see what else we got here. Depp trial, don't care about that. What is this? Huh. Let's check this out. So this is from CNN. Officer describes moment police engaged shooter. At least 3 people were killed and 11 injured when multiple people opened fire in a busy South Street area of Philly. Saturday night, police said. Let's listen to this real quick. Oh, of course. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. Sorry, guys.
One-of-a-kind pieces made by hand. Live in original. Etsy.
There's no skip button, so we just gotta kind of go through it. Come on, you know. Yeah. All right, Etsy.
Another mass shooting in the United States, this time in Philadelphia, where 3 people are dead, at least 11 others injured.
CNN's Evan McMorris-Santoro is with us now. Evan, what are you hearing about this?
Well, Bars and Christie, as you say, this is a developing story. There's a lot still going on. There's a lot that we don't know yet, but there's one thing that we definitely do know. This is another normal moment in America. In this case, a beautiful Saturday night in the entertainment district of a major American city, destroyed by death and gunfire because of one of these mass shootings. Now, police say 2 men and 1 woman were killed and 11 others taken to hospitals with injuries after multiple shooters fired into a crowd in this entertainment district in Philadelphia. According to the Gun Violence Archive, which is a nonprofit group that tracks this kind of thing, this is the 6th mass shooting just this weekend. So
they're about to start calling everything a mass shooting. I'm sure as we get more information, right? I'm sure as we get more information, you know what? Let's just keep it moving. Let's just keep it moving real quick.
They define as 4 or more people injured or killed, not including the shooter. This one in Philadelphia, police were right there on the scene. It is a busy area of the city, and at a press conference around 2 a.m. last night, the police described what happened.
He was within about 10 to 15 yards of the shooter, watching this person shoot into the crowd when the officer engaged that shooter. You can imagine there were hundreds of individuals just enjoying South Street, as they do every single weekend, when this shooting broke out.
Now, as I mentioned, this is not the only mass shooting this weekend. It's also not the only gun violence incident in Philadelphia this weekend. This is another incident where You know, it's hard to put these shootings together sometimes to figure out what to do, what to think about them. But in the case of this one, police say early investigations show that there was an extended magazine used, which is one of those things that President Biden talked about last week as trying to ban to try to prevent some of this gun violence. But in Philadelphia, we're going to learn a lot more as we go on throughout the day, finding out the details of this latest tragedy in the United States.
So, you see the disingenuous politicizing of this shooting off the top already, right? Y'all see that. I mean, you can't expect any less, right? You can't expect any less from CNN at all. You know what I mean? So I'm sure as we'll go along, we'll find out it's something else to the contrary. Now that's going to start pushing the narrative of anything, including, it don't matter if it's gang violence, you know what I mean, or anything like that. They're going to start to consider that they're going to start to consider that quote unquote mass shootings. You'll start to see that, and I made this, and I made this argument on a stream of mine probably a month or so ago, 2 ago. I think I made this when I did a stream on the Sacramento shooting. I said they're going to start using black on black crime and gang violence as cannon fodder for gun control, as a sounding board for gun control. You're going to start to see it more and more, especially now that they're trying to ban 9mm ammo, and they're trying to ban standard capacity magazines. And you got Canada banning handguns. I'm sure that soon is going to follow suit here. They're going to start trying to ban handguns. But Hotep's been told you. They don't want you safe. They don't want you self-sufficient and able to defend yourself. They want you dependent on the government. And they're going to start to push this thing. The thing is, I hope people can really see through the veil. Hope people can really see through the bullshit. You got some idiots out here who they'll take what we just watched and go, yeah, ban it all. And then you got people that know the difference. You know what I mean? You see how they cut short, which I'm going to try to find. They cut short the police chief or whoever he is, whatever he was talking about. They cut it short. They had extended magazines. You know what this tells me? That tells me they had Glock 17s or whatever with 30-round magazines. That's what that tells me. It's like the fucking standard in the hood. Not making light or trying to say that whatever happened in Philly, the shooting happened in Philly is a non sequitur. I guess I'm using that word right. I have no fucking clue. Not saying that was, par for the course or whatever, but, or saying that, whatever to it, it's definitely tragic, and we do need to do something to curb gun violence, right? We do. Be the first person to tell you that. We need to do something to curb gun violence, but gun control ain't it. Gun control ain't it. You got Philly, you got Chicago, you got Baltimore, you got New York. Strict gun laws, right? But guess what? None of those cities enforce their gun laws. None of them enforce their gun laws. I guarantee when you go and look into whenever they decide to release, they may have already released it, but whenever they decide to release the pictures of the assailants, I'm sure when you go to look up their records, fucking rap sheet's probably a mile fucking long. Probably should have been locked up a long time ago. Put away a long time ago. Because they don't enforce the laws on the books. They treat black people like special needs kids. You gotta have her handheld. Oh, you gotta take it easy on them because they're black. We gotta take it easy on them because society says so. We gotta take it easy on them because they grew up poor. We gotta take it easy on them. We gotta take it easy on them. We gotta be lenient. We gotta be lenient. Until they do some shit like this. Now it's, oh my God, we have to do something about this gun violence. You could have. When the motherfucker got caught the first time with a gun, or whatever violent crime, or whatever robbery, or whatever they did wrong, should have put him away. But you didn't. Remember Shaq, Sacramento? They let him out early. A month later, here he go down there in the nightclub district. Like I'm saying, people, be prepared. They're going to start using black on black crime and gang violence as a soundboard. As a soundboard. You know? And they're going to come for everything. They're coming for everything. Handy Bob, can you imagine being such a morally corrupt person that you basically enslave your kids to do your bidding? Just to make you money, preserve your corruption and power. Yeah. Jay said these Etsy ads. I know, right? Andy Bob, we're going to find out that the cops shot about half of those people. 90% of the cops can't shoot for shit. Oh man. Jimmy Dawes says they're all working in hand. Yeah. I hate the news. That's true. That's true. Most incidents like these, these idiots can't shoot. Yeah, no, they just start firing. That's why they want to carry sticks, because they shitty shots. You know, like me, I used to think like, oh, I need more than 10 rounds. I need more than 10 rounds, and I would still like to have more than 10 rounds. You feel me? Now, on any day, I might carry. I got a magazine in my gun, and I got two other magazines on my person, right? You know, depending on what gun it is. So, for example, this Hellcat holds 10 rounds. I could probably get the 12-round magazines. But I'm cool with the 10-round magazines, right? Got two 10-round magazines for it. That's 20 rounds. I'm a fucking great shot. Because I practice. You know, I figure I'm sure I can get done with about three or four shots that an asshole with a 30-round magazine could try to get done, you know. Heather says gang violence and drive-bys are already considered mass shootings. They just aren't thrown in the media. That's right. Heather's correct on that. She's 100% right. Technically, under the FBI standards, when 4 more people, is it 4 more? They might have lowered it to 3 now. A shot, that's considered a mass shooting. Whether it's gang violence, right? Or some random asshole going into a school or a grocery store. It's all considered mass shootings. The thing is, like Heather just said, it's whatever they want to put the attention on. Right? It's whatever they want to put the attention on. Now, as you know, and as you see, we just watched the CNN, they didn't even try to tell us who the assailants were, right? And I'm going to try to find that out right now. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see. So they say 3. All right, so let me see. So they got video surveillance, it says, but there's nothing released yet. So that's interesting. So 3 people that's dead, right? I'm wondering if those are the people that opened fire. Okay. Let's see. So they still haven't released names. They still haven't released names. You know what that tells me? They were black. Now, that's just a speculation. I don't know until they bring out the video. I'm just guessing because of where it happened, the extended magazines. I'm just going to take a guess. I could very well be wrong. I know I'm going against my own rule. Allow 24 hours for the news to break. But I might not be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. Right? So hold tight. Let's go to this right here. Let's see.
Thanks, Bill. I'm on scene of breaking news here, on scene of another mass shooting in America. 14 people shot here on South Street in Philly. 3 people killed, 11 people injured. This all happening just before midnight. Multiple shooters were at the scene. Multiple shots were fired. Again, 3 people have been shot and killed, 11 people injured, 14 people in total shot. This is a wild and incredible scene. This is the aftermath. It's calm right now. You see people walking with their kids and their dogs. I've spoken with eyewitnesses who tell me this was bound to happen that night, that the night was getting more wild by the minute. People were setting off fireworks. Cars were racing down this road, and eventually it escalated to multiple shooters firing into the crowd. You can see video posted on my Twitter and other social medias of crowds running for their lives, scared as people are being shot. They are laying on the ground. I spoke with an eyewitness who said a woman was laying on the ground here in front of Dobbs. Another person was laying on the opposite corner here at 3rd and South. This was pure chaos, pure pandemonium. One shooter has been taken to the hospital, and multiple victims have been taken to multiple local hospitals as well. Again, this is a popular night spot. This is huge on South Street here in Philly.
So like I said, I could be very well be wrong. And I'll admit it if I'm wrong. Like he just said, there was some shenanigans happening that night. Racing up and down the street. Fireworks and shit. They won't say who did it. They got a shooter in custody, but they won't say. Now we know if this was the right complexion, they would have had his picture out already. You know what I mean? They got enough eyewitnesses to know who did what. But they won't release it. They want to keep putting this as a mass shooting. They got to keep putting it as a mass shooting. Because if they show who did it, they're going to be like, some nigga shit. Oh, let's keep moving.
Where a lot of folks come after the bars, after a night out, and really for the first time in 2 years, this has been able to have people gather, get back to normal, have that sort of normal nightlife, and instead it ends in chaos with multiple people being killed, multiple people injured. Philadelphia police responding as best as they could. A bicycle officer, according to a witness, responded to the shooting where I was at here. The witness also told me this, that he saw up to 5 police cars take some lifeless bodies and some other bodies that were injured into cars as quickly as possible, as police officers were trying to rush as many folks as quickly as possible to hospitals, trying to save lives. But again, it was pure pandemonium here, people screaming for their lives. It was a scene unlike we've seen in quite some time, but again, this is happening. The shootings in Philadelphia now coming to a popular local tourist region. And folks here, they're mad. People walking by just before we went live, screaming out profanities. They're saying this is ridiculous. This is nonsense, that they are fed up with the violence. Folks are finally fed up. Folks are mad. They're angry. And again, a lot of family members today are waking up to folks who are not coming home. A lot of carnage tonight on South and 3rd Street. I'll give you, again, a quick look at the scene here, and it really just looks like the aftermath of a whole night out. It should have been a night out of fun. It should have been a night for folks to have a good time. And instead, you see right there, folks walking their dogs right now in the morning. It's such a juxtaposition compared to what happened last night. This is a very popular neighborhood, and to have this kind of shooting here is shocking for the residents of the
Jay Pylon, mass killers differ versus mass shootings. That's why the media bunch it all together. They'll conflate everything. Since that says mental health too, yeah. I mean, clearly, and I say this all the time, you gotta have a fucking screw loose to even do some shit like this. You know what I mean? You gotta have a screw loose to do some crazy shit like this. But when it's all said and done, it's evil. It's evil shit. There are mental issues. I agree. But there's criminally insane, and then you got people that just got some anxiety and shit. You know what I mean? We need to bring back the Nut House show. We need to bring back the Nut House. Period. Jay says 14 shot at nightclub in Chattanooga last night and 1 person killed by a car. Jeez, man. Heather says we need to focus more on mental health and fixing cultural problems. Fathers with high moral standards are important. That is true. Give you that. Give you the Don DeMarco and a round of applause for that one. You're right. Heather's correct. A lot of these kids, and I say it all the time. So sometimes like people be like, oh, it's the video games and it's the music, right? And so a certain extent, you're like, you can't blame those things, However, when you don't have a father in the home, you don't have a positive male role model, period. You got a parent that's just not present in the kid's life. You know where the kid finds his personality. You know where the kid finds his swag. They found it in the music. They found it in the movies. They found it in the games. That's where they find that shit at. There's a song by, and I've referenced this song so many times because it's so relevant. Lupe Fiasco. I think it's called He Never Lies, I think it's called. It's on his Food and Liquor album, the very first album, right? He just sits and listens to the people in the boxes. Everything he sees, he absorbs and adopts it. He mimics and he mocks it. That's what these kids do. When you don't have a parent to discern the good from the bad in these movies and this music and in these games, you get a lot of kids out here that are morally corrupt. You get a lot of kids out of here that think that's how they're supposed to live. There's a reason why T.I. won't let his kids listen to his music. There's a reason why Cardi B won't let her daughter listen to her music. It's corrupting music. You got Chicago with their drill rap. That shit is now, other cities are doing that shit. See, black culture's been hijacked. And they pushing a lot of these lifestyles that lead to jail or death to our children. Especially in the inner cities because the parents aren't around. The fathers aren't around. The mother's out here, either she working a ton of jobs trying to make ends meet for her kid and she don't got time for him, or she just out in the streets. But this kid got to figure it out. I tell a story all the time. You have a mother. Let's just say you got a mother who has a son. He's 12 years old or something like that. Father's not around. Father's in jail. Father's dead. Father just ain't around or some shit. Mother's out here working. She don't got time to pay attention to her son. He barely, they barely holding on. He got clothes that people laugh at him, shoes, got people laughing at his shoes, you know what I mean? Until one day he go outside and then, dude on the corner see him, right? Dude on the corner see him. And the guy on the corner go, hey, yo, come here. I got something I need you to do for me. I need you to take this over there and go get us to yo. He gonna give you something, you gonna bring that back to me. Right? After about an hour or so, the kid doing that shit, right? Dude, like, all right, I appreciate you. Give him $100, right? Maybe $200. Kid just made $200 in an hour. Now that kid like, oh shit, I want more of this, right? Now that kid just got from that drug dealer what he couldn't get from his mother or anybody else. He got attention. He got purpose, and he just made a few bucks. Now that kid gonna strive to be like that dude on the corner. Now that kid gonna be around that dude. Now that kid wanna hang around that dude. Now that kid wanna work for that dude. Now that kid is in a life that kid could have avoided if he had parents who cared and led him the right way. But see, that happens all too much in like Baltimore, in Philly, in Chicago. These kids fall in line with the wrong people. And then they get into a life that they can't get out of, or that's going to lead to destruction. What happens a lot. So when Heather says we need to bring back, what you say, Heather? We need to bring back, fixing moral corrupt problems, fathers with high moral standards. Yeah, we need to bring that back. Because that's what we're going to get. Anyway. Protocol in the building. Hope y'all prepping and planning to the max. Time is of the essence. That's true. We're going to get to that, big brother. Jason, all right, read that. Amar says, not like I'm advocating for violence, but remember that shooting in Puerto Rico. They only killed the intended targets. No innocent people were harmed. Only gang members. Yeah. Yeah. What you call organized crime. Jay says that type of reckless activity could only be committed by Pentecostal Christians, Hebrew Israelites, or Hoteps. No one ever said. Spencer says, I grew up with Doom and Wolfenstein. I never killed anyone. That's true, Spencer. That is true. You know what I mean? I grew up on Grand Theft Auto. I grew up on fucking Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty was around when I grew up on Metal Gear Solid. You know what I mean? I grew up on Doom. You know what I mean? I grew up listening to Biggie and Pac, Bone Thugs. You know what I mean? I never wanted to go out here and kill nobody. But you know why? Me, despite my parents being divorced, my mother would have whooped my ass. My father would have whooped my ass. I had a healthy fear of my parents. And my parents stayed in my ear, gave me the right mental and social guidance that I needed to stay on the right track. Same thing with me, my two brothers, and my sister. That's just what it is. But see, nowadays, parents are getting younger and younger. Grandparents are getting younger and younger. And these kids, you see it. You can see it in the way they dress. You see it in the tattoos they get. You see it. They're picking up their swagger and their culture. They're picking up all the stuff from the shit that they see in the media. The Celestine Prophecy is a great book. You should read it. It tells you that. He just sits and watches the people in the boxes. Everything he sees, he absorbs and adopts it. He mimics and he mocks it. Lupe was telling us that shit back in the early 2000s. It's sad to say. I think to some extent, some people have a point when they point that shit out. My son, he's 8. He has some autism, and we'll watch things. He'll be like, "Daddy, is that fake or is that real life?" And I explain it to him. But there's some kids out here who ain't got nobody to explain that to them. Hey, kid, I know you like listening to the music. That shit catchy, but that shit don't live that life. There's nobody out here talking, getting in these kids' ears and telling them, hey, that's not a good thing to do. Yeah, the music dope. It's fly. It's got a great beat. But don't go out here trying to live the life that they rapping about. Don't go out here popping these pills, drinking that lean. Don't go tattooing your neck up. You know what I mean? J. Paul and Lupe album was classic material before the dark times, before the Empire. It's true. Empire tried to get rid of Lupe. Jimmy Dawes says politics rely on people needing government. Yes, that is true. Politics rely on people. Hold on, sorry, 1 second, Pete.
You're always there with just what they need.
Politics, you're right. You're right. Let's do this. There we go. Let's change it up. There we go. But yeah, so politics rely on people needing government or being under the thumb of government. They hate self-sufficiency, not needing government. That's true. It's called quiet weapons for silent wars. The way they control you is through debt and fear. Debt and fear. Look at us now. Everybody's afraid of the boogeyman. That is the remix and the pox that's coming out that they're saying is starting to become a global thing. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of afraid of the pox shit. I don't know if you having the chickenpox immunity will help you. I know that they stopped giving out the smallpox vaccine back in the day because they eradicated it. Now, like, it's going to be making a comeback. So be prepared for that. You know. But Jimmy Dawes is right. They don't want you sufficient. They don't want you self-sufficient on yourself. They don't want you self-sufficient. They don't want you being able to take care of yourself. They need you to be relying on them, because if you're relying on them, then you won't rebel. If you owe money and you owe debt, you won't rebel. If they give you a boogeyman to be afraid of and say you need us, you won't rebel. Keep that in mind, because that shit is fucking, if you can't see it happening right now, but how frequent these quote unquote shootings are happening with these medical scares that's happening. I don't know what to tell you. These supply chain shortages. I don't know what to tell you. It's here. Spence said bring boys to men back. Protocols are all facts. I'm a DJ by trade and a community active member, PTA president, all that. I hear that, bro. I made the vow to stop playing certain music because of the message. I see exactly how it affects the people. There you go. I hear that, man. Salute to you. Jay said he grew up on Pong, Space War, and playing jacks. Jay says there's a reason 200 rappers die per year. It's just crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
So, all right, so we're gonna jump over to where we at now. Is this the right shit? Yeah, here we go. We're going to jump over to Twitter. Instagram now, ABC News. Let's go ahead and see what the deal is.
Has concerned so many parents across this country. The plant at the center of the baby formula crisis now resuming production. Abbott says it's prioritizing the production of specialized formula at its Sturgis, Michigan facility. And the first products are expected to hit store shelves later this month. Here's ABC's Faith Abube.
Tonight, the baby formula plant at the heart of the shortage crisis, restarting production. Abbott announcing the reopening of its Sturgis, Michigan plant, closed since February over contamination concerns, hoping to have the first batch of specialty formulas available on store shelves for medically vulnerable infants and children by June 20th. 8-year-old Jessica Feiner has a metabolic disorder and urgently needs specialty formula.
If she doesn't get her proper diet or formula, the phenylalanine builds up in her blood and it's toxic to her brain and her nervous system. It's terrifying because we know she needs it.
In a statement, Abbott promising to, quote, do everything we can to re-earn the trust parents, caregivers, and healthcare providers have placed in us. The Biden administration facing criticism for its response, working to boost supply. The FDA says it expects new rounds of shipments to come in from overseas starting next week through October. According to the Biden administration, the U.S. has so far secured commitments for a total of more than 127 million bottles worth of formula for import. Nationwide, shelves remain bare. Stores in nearly 1 in 5 states now have less than 10% of their infant formula stock available.
And with Abbott reopening its Sturgis, Michigan facility is a positive sign, but it'll take roughly 6 to 8 weeks for that plant to ramp up production, make enough formula to make any real impact on this critical shortage.
Turning now to new developments in a...
Man, so we still got the baby formula shortage, guys. Still got that baby formula shortage, right? They finally, I mean, like you heard, the plant been closed since February. You know what I mean? The shortage been happening to the point where, like, it used to be illegal for people to try to buy formula from overseas. Now, the government doing it. Now they didn't open this plant back up. Abbott, you know, Joe Nicholson tried to act like Abbott didn't tell him, like, yo, we're the ones that supply everything. It's up to us. You know what I mean? Now, you know. Then they tried to do a bill, you know, they tried to pass a bill, which I think they're still trying to pass. They tried to pass a bill, right? That, what is it? That puts like $34 million in the hands of the FDA, saying it was for, to help fight the baby formula shortage. I'm like, why would you give the money to the FDA? Why are you giving money to the FDA to fight a baby formula shortage? Why don't you give the money to the manufacturers that manufacture the baby formula? Why don't you give the money to Abbott, who needed the money to go to fix whatever the hell it is that they were doing? You know, to get rid of their contamination issue. You know, that's the thing. Yeah, people, I swear I don't understand. I really don't understand. You know what I mean? But these shortages are going to get worse, guys. These shortages are going to get worse. You know what I mean? I'm just letting you guys know that. Like, I just want you to understand. For example, we're going to go over to this story here. Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Tens of thousands of chickens killed in a Wright County egg farm fire. What number fire is this? You know, what number fire is this? On these meat processing and egg plants and shit like that. Is this like number 21 or 23 or something like that this year? Am I wrong? Oh, I want to see this. Anyway, Howard Lake, Minnesota. Massive flames burned down a barn with tens of thousands of chickens in Wright County. The fire started late Saturday night at Forsman Farms in Howard Lake, causing major damage. The Trebek family thought they would spend Saturday night around their bonfire, but just after 10 p.m. they noticed massive flames across the field at Forsman Farms. It was unbelievable how quick it grew. It was insane. Andrew Trebek said, it was the whole sky. It was quite large. They called 911. Firefighters from multiple agencies across Wright County showed up. Many volunteer firefighters. A barn housing tens of thousands of chickens was leveled in what a farm spokesperson called a tragic accident. Is that 24, Bruce? Is that 24? Heather says the only transfer by touch and only people with obvious symptoms can pass it. The pox isn't very deadly either. Don't worry. Oh, I'm not worried, Heather, but you know how these people get out here when the news start to tell them to be worried about something. When they start to tell them that is you got to do this, or oh my God, we're going to die. You know, is this the new boogeyman? Will this be the new boogeyman as the summer goes on? Sven says the monkeypox from 1975. Yeah. So there are two variants, and we went over this before. You know, you got the Congo variant, and then you got the the West African variant? Yeah. They're doing all that other stuff on purpose. I swear they want you starving and scared. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Only pox I want to secure. By design, the best workers at these factories were let go during the pandemic. The worst possible employees were brought in to boost worker shortages, then plant exploding. You know, like this shit is all done by design. I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna keep saying it. As gas keeps going up and we keep having these gas shortages, you're gonna start to see supply chain shortages. Not to mention with all these suspicious plants being burned down, right, or exploding or whatever. I think by the end of July, maybe the middle of July, we start to see some real shortages, some real issues. Like we're already seeing issues now, but I'm talking about some dramatic issues. And like Protocol said, it's time to start stocking up. It's been time to start stocking up, but you really want to start stocking up. Oodles and noodles, canned goods, non-perishables, water, first aid, you know, Advil and shit like that too. You know, if you ain't got you a gun, get you one to protect that shit. You know, I don't care if you got money for Patriot Supply, great, go get it. Order it up. But it's time to start preparing now. If you haven't started, you're behind the ball. Start preparing now for these shortages. Things are getting more and more expensive. My wife went to Costco and spent $300 on nothing. I don't shop at Costco like that. I go every now and again for like specialty shit, but you know what I mean? I'll go to Aldi's, and even at Aldi's, I'm spending like $150 on some shit that would have cost me like $60 a year ago. Canned chicken shouldn't cost you $1.75 a can. Shit used to be like 75 cents a can. If that. You know. Anyway, we're going to get to the last story. What's our last story here? Here we go. So our last story is they're still allowing biological men to compete in women's sports. From PM. I don't think I've ever heard of this either, but it was trending. Biological males win women's cycling event. Kiss while third place female cares for child. Jeez Louise. Emily Bridges and Lily Chant, two biological men who identify as transgender, won the first and second place slots at London's Thundercrit cycling event on Thursday. Fucking ridiculous. That doesn't make sense. Let's listen to this.
Grace Curley Show.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hold on. According to Redux, Thundercrit is London's largest fixed gear cycling race. The victory was announced on Twitter by the Women's Rights Network, an UK-based organization defending women's sex-based rights.
Everyone on the Grace Curley Show, we thank you for listening. and it's a beautiful Friday. We've covered a lot of heavy stuff in the first hour. We talked a lot about Ukraine and Russia, and I just want to say something for the record. I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, thanks for saying that. You're saying how we really feel," or I have other people calling in and saying, "I totally disagree. What do you want us to do? Do nothing." And I just want to say it's okay to have opinions change as things progress. I'm not saying that how I feel today is how I'm going to feel in 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years. But right now, my opinion is we should be asking more questions and we should be getting more information. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that's a controversial, at least it wouldn't be a controversial take if we lived in a normal world, but we don't. All right, now, speaking of that, that's actually a perfect segue. We don't live in a normal world, which brings me to my next headline. Biological male Leah Thomas dominates women in NCAA 500 free.
All right, so that's an old story. Okay, I thought they were going to have something related to this shit. Anyway, third place went to the only biological woman in the photo. She pictured holding her child and standing in diminutive regard. Sorry, guys. To her biological male counterparts. In response, one tweet reads, "This pic tells the story of gender ideology perfectly. Men first, women and children needs last." She not tending to the kid. She don't want the kid fucking seeing them kissing. She put a fucking big ass hat on the kid. Bridgerton Chant's victory contribute to a growing trend of biological men who identify as transgender competing in the dominating women's sports. UPenn swimmer Leah Thomas has won swimming competitions by unprecedented margins while openly laying ambitious towards the Olympics. You think they're gonna let her do it? Let him do it? Last year, powerlifter Laurel Hubbard was named Sportswoman of the Year. That's not going nowhere, guys. And you know why it's not going nowhere? Because women aren't making a big enough fucking fit about this shit. That's the only way this goes by the wayside. As long as women keep marching for this shit, it's going to keep happening. Women, you are your own demise in this situation. You will be extinct soon. The term women will be extinct soon. Women won't be a thing anymore because you're letting this happen. Women need to speak up, period. Biological women need to speak up because nobody else going to do it for you. It's a part of the agenda. They want this. But you guys have the power to stop it and you won't. Because you're scared of being labeled something. So you won't stand 10 toes down on this situation. But you could easily reverse this, but you won't. You know what I mean? My man Steph Colonel in the building. What's up, Steph? Hotep's been told you nobody hates women more than other women. That is facts. But ladies, you can fix this. Biological women, you can fix this. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for other women, biological women. You're slowly being replaced. I don't even know if it's slowly anymore. It's just out in the open now. You're just being replaced. You gotta get it together. Speak up. I tell you, I love women, and I don't want to see you guys going by the wayside. They're trying to normalize this. They're trying to teach our kids that it's okay for men to dress as women. It's okay for, you not to know what your identity is or whatever, sexual. They're trying to tell kids that you don't have to be what you're born. The shit it all flows downhill. But it can start and stop with women. You know what I mean? All you guys got to do is make a fucking fit. Look what y'all did with that fucking Me Too movement. Why can't y'all fucking do this? But anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. It is 2:30. Oh man, look who came in. YV, it seems they're making it easier to snatch kids. That is facts, YV. That is facts. That is facts. Let me see something. Give me 1 second. There we go. That is facts. But anyway, like I said, that's all I got for you today. If you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon, and let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. If you're here, catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how you think I'm doing. Anyway, I appreciate you guys rolling with me. So this is Ken Hotep saying stay safe, stay well, stay strapped. And if you're not ready for these shortages, people, go get prepared. Go ask your kid how their day's going. Go ask your kid what's going on. We need to stay in their lives. I'll holla at you.